Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome to this episode where we power through movies and then we get to the bullshit.
Dude,
You work hard and then you play hard.
due to this coronavirus suggested quarantine self-isolation, I've been staying inside and watching tons of movies.
Oh, so this is going to be... All right, well, I'm going to get comfortable with my stream up here. You go ahead. Go ahead and tell the audience.
Corey, you can't be watching a stream while we're
sorry,
recording a podcast. We watched Knives Out and Contagion.
In addition to a slew of other movies. I think I also watched Endgame. I watched Hellboy.
You watched Hellboy?
I watched it like 4 or 5 days before you guys did. It's on HBO.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did I?
Because you didn't ask.
I
didn't
paid
search
$2 at Redbox.
for that garbage ass.
Hellboy's a bad movie, and I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I watched Jojo Rabbit.
Okay.
Which was a good movie.
I meant to tell you not to return that one. That was the one that of the two that you guys rented that I hadn't seen yet, but
worth watching.
Okay.
Yeah. It's, directed by the guy who did Taika Waititi, the guy who did Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
He's funny.
Yeah. I like Thor Ragnarok. I think I mentioned that before.
Yeah, it's really
one of
good.
my favorite Marvel movies.
I agree. What's the best Marvel movie?
Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's.
There's just so much hype up around it.
I think it's Civil War.
I don't think people will disagree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
There's like
They're welcome
4 main hubs that you can land on as far as like the best Avengers.
Yeah.
Most people like either like Iron Man 1 just because it's original. It kind of set the stage for everything else.
It was a good movie, but I don't think it's the best. They've come out with better ones since then.
Yeah. Some people just
what else do
like
people
the first
say?
time. Like you shouldn't make a sequel. Tend not to be able to recreate the magic of the first one.
Yeah, sequels, it just depends. Obviously, most are bad, but...
So you make the general statement and don't make sequels?
No, they definitely should make sequels. Sequels make money. People go to movies they recognize.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's a good movie.
No, but oftentimes...
It's a good way to make money for the studios, yes.
How stuff sells, and if it's a good movie, are rarely correlated.
Absolutely. Like this channel. It's a gold mine, and
we're dropping nothing but knowledge bombs on you guys, and nobody's watching.
No. Hi, Mom.
What's up, Mom?
Hi, Mom.
We'll see. If we get 5 views on a video, it's your mom, my mom, me 3 times.
Oh,
just kidding. My mom has no idea. She's like, "Oh, okay, have fun."
Yeah, I think I've shared one video one time. I think the only video I shared off of our channel is the me being the cockroach hunter.
Yeah.
What does Jolie call him?
Cucas,
the Kuka hunter.
Kuka hunter.
Kuka hunter. Como un machete.
Let's the market research states that people don't like it when they click on a video and we don't start in the topic.
Okay. Contagion,
so
dude.
Let's talk about
Contagion.
It.
Has Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow. Wish I had Ana de Armas, but it doesn't. We'll save that one for later.
Ana de Armas is in Knives Out, but Kate Winslet
and Morpheus.
Morpheus? No, it has
Bryan Cranston.
It does have Bryan Cranston as well. He plays a relatively small role in Contagion.
Jude Law.
Jude Law, that's what I was thinking of. Jude Law was in a really good movie. It was actually a romantic.
Sherlock Holmes.
No, romantic comedy. It's called something like.
Corona.
Corey, we are going to quarantine you.
I already am quarantined. I'm stuck in my room. Just kidding. I got to work every day.
Dude, I want to give I want to give that movie a shout out and recommendation.
You're blinking. You can't remember what movie.
It's like one of those hidden gems that everyone should watch.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems is pretty good.
I think I saw that at Redbox.
That movie is super, like, it makes you, like, gives me anxiety.
All right, now I'm super curious. Oh my God, look at all those credits for Jude Law.
Jude Law's been in some movies.
Those are some awards as well too.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Awesome. What?
Do I have the right Jude Law? Is this...
You want Jude Law Jr.? Jude Law the second?
So it was like a romantic Closer. So Closer
Or Closer.
Closer. I think it's
Closer?
Closer. I mean,
You close and you're close. God bless the American English language.
The movie is about two couples that it's like a love square, and it's really
Swingers?
interesting. No, cheaters.
Nice.
Yeah. Really good, like just a really good movie.
Really
that
good built
no
up
one's-
tension and
no one's
drama.
seen
Yeah,
it.
no one's under the radar.
Yeah, but
Uncut gems.
I like Jude Law as he
Yeah,
was
I do
he was
too.
good in this movie too.
Yeah.
He plays a reporter, reporting on the Contagion activities.
He's a blogger.
Blogger, you're right. Why did you like that movie? Because you showed it to me.
I remember watching this movie, like going on trips with family, and just like an interesting movie to watch. I like the
2011.
yeah
It came out.
2011.
Steven
So,
Soderbergh.
I think I saw it by myself one time, and then I went up to visit family, and I watched it with them, and I was like, this is just like a really cool, fun movie. Fun is not the right word.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's exciting, and it's paced in such a way that you can't really like look away or you miss something. And so I like that.
It's very methodical.
Yeah. Like, this is what happens. Here's how it like goes through, and they kind of like keep it very, like, everything done is very accurate in like how the CDC handles things, how the labs handle things, how they burn the stuff, how people would probably react in the hypothetical situation of like a virus is killing you, like, stay in your house. Oh, we don't believe you. Oh, we're gonna riot because this blogger lied to us and told us that this home remedy or no vaccine is gonna help you type thing, and shit goes crazy, and you end up finding a cure 6 months later, or a vaccine 6 months later, and now you have to do just the whole way that it's portrayed to you is just very cool, minus the fact that there are very good performances.
Sure.
Yeah.
I liked Steven Soderbergh, like, I don't know what else has he done. He's done some other movies, but it's almost like an action movie, but it's about no, I shouldn't say it's like an action movie. It's like a exciting thriller movie where the story's developing and you're getting like a sense of dread.
Right.
Like, oh crap, this keeps getting worse. And it was so interesting to watch this as all the coronavirus stuff is happening, because it actually the movie comes out 9 years before coronavirus hits. It's kind of acting exactly like how stuff's happening now.
Oh, I could almost guarantee or say with a very high sense of security in this statement that Soderbergh did research on what the preparation plans are worldwide for how this stuff happens. Like,
he must have.
There's a whole reason that we have the CDC reporting to the WHO, who sends diplomats and epidemiologists, not epidemiologists, what is it
Epidemiologists.
Epidemiologists. Epidemiologists is
Don't ask me that. I don't know.
Epidemiologists. Anyway, you send these people, let's find out what happened. How do we cure it now? Like, that's exactly what they did, or that's what I hope the WHO did for Contagion, is like send someone to Wuhan, figure out, is this the epicenter, blah blah blah. How do we prevent this from going out? I watched an interesting video today that Taiwan is like 150 miles off the coast, so relatively close, or the coast of China, I should say, so very close to Wuhan, and they only had like 5 deaths, and they're like right there as neighbors.
So what is that country doing that we need to?
Well, they had preparation plans ready to go instead of halfway built. Oh, we need some time to get this up and running. So let's pretend that like coronavirus happens and a gunshot went off and all the nations are racing to be able to get to a state of containment.
Yeah.
Taiwan, as soon as the gun...
Because they're an island, so they're kind of like...
Yeah, and they're a little bit smaller, but they had the processes in place. Like, as soon as they heard about it, they're already on planes, testing people, figuring out, do we quarantine these people? Do we keep them isolated? Let's throw masks at everyone. Let's throw, we got the resources ready to go because this could decimate us. Look how close in proximity we are. I mean, Russia now is like, oh, we got the flu, hypothermia. No, they're lying to us. It's all corona.
Yeah. There's a lot of propaganda happening.
Oh,
like, we don't know how many cases in China there actually are.
People keep asking me, do you think this is political? No, this is just a natural progression of disease in our world. People are going to benefit.
What does that question mean?
Like, people think that it was like planned by China. Like, China did this shit on purpose.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
There's no evidence that says that.
Right.
And if there was,
We won't find out for a long time
or
anyway.
everybody would find out like quickly. I would think. It's like a conspiracy theory. There's not a. We have to see evidence of that occurring.
Right.
And
But it's still fun to talk about conspiracy.
it is fun to talk about. I'm trying to dismiss it, but it's like, yeah, it is.
Like, what if China did this? So in Contagion, like, it's kind of the same thing. Like, a pig has bat shit fall in its food. The pig eats it. They slaughter the pig. They eat it, and within hours, in the Contagion movie, what was it called? Do you remember what it no?
I don't remember what it was called.
You saw the bird flu, and then you saw H1N1, and then at the bottom when they put the data of the virus back in the, maybe it wasn't.
Did they
just
call
data.
it a novel virus though?
Yeah.
I want.
Oh, I forgot what the Contagion virus is. What do they call it?
I won't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, rip. All right, Michael's doing the Google searches today. He's the one on his phone. You really don't like
let us know if you like this. We got to get feedback on whether people find this annoying or not.
Dude, we're not big enough to have a fucking Alex or.
How do you get big, Corey? You do what the people want. You do what the viewers like, I should say.
I get big by working out.
No, you don't. You're skinny. You don't have the body type for it.
Mostly hip thrusts.
Would you recommend this movie?
100%.
Yeah, especially at this time.
I tell people about it all the time. Hey, have you ever seen Contagion? It's really like hidden gem. And now all of a sudden, it's like number 4 on Netflix. I checked the other day. Yeah. The number 4 most watched popular movie over the end of the week was Contagion. Which doesn't surprise me. Like, let's find out. I'm curious to see like what kind of movies deal with viruses and pandemics. Like, people are thinking like 28 Days Later and like zombie movies. Like, it's not really. You're closer to like Walking Dead, where it just kills you and then you come back to life type thing.
Yeah. What was interesting in this movie is that it actually like is inaccurate. Like, the reason Ebola didn't go crazy is Ebola is like a highly deadly disease. So if you get it, you have a high likelihood of dying, and that actually prevents the spread of viruses.
Yep.
And so in this movie, the virus is highly, like, it kills people within hours.
No.
Right? Or within a couple weeks, but everyone who gets it dies pretty much, like almost pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
And so
that's
not coronavirus. Coronavirus, you're not going to die if you get it.
But it's still it's almost double more than contagious because the exponential growth of it, like how fast it's transmitting between people without having symptoms, makes it more dangerous. Like, remember when she was running?
If you got it and you died, you have less likelihood of actually spreading it.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the case in the movie.
No.
It was.
They weren't dying within days. Remember, she got sick and it was
but everyone died.
Right.
Whereas coronavirus spreads without people having symptoms. It's not a dangerous disease, which causes it to spread more. Whereas if it's more dangerous, like Ebola, it spreads less.
Right. Well, that's the grade. But in the movie, you're still alive for 2 to 3 weeks. Like, you're not dying within days. I think the first Gwyneth Paltrow died within days because she was patient 0, and as it progressed on, it kind of developed and got better at attaching to the DNA, which made it last longer in people. That's why it was like that's why it killed, I think, 10 million people or something in the movie. Is because you had 2 weeks of being contagious, but 72 hours of being that you don't have symptoms, so you're just out and about thinking you're fine and safe, and then just like corona, you're passing it along to people who don't even know. Yeah.
Dude, what a crazy movie. Good movie, and the ending is like, I mean, as you're going, we would recommend that you go watch this. As the movie's like progressing along, just the world gets emptier, and that's kind of what's happening now. Is that like we go outside and like people aren't like congregating. Like
Everything's closed.
Everything's closed. You walk.
Cities are shut down. States are on a quarantine. Like, today is what, March 21st?
Yeah, it's March 21.
March 21. So as of today, we have New Jersey, California,
and 1 month
New
ago,
York.
no one was talking about coronavirus.
Oh,
we'd heard about it
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and now the whole country shut down. I mean, this is documented evidence. Like, people are gonna be watching this like months or years from now. Like, it is.
It's the last video we ever recorded.
Yeah, for everyone. We're gonna upload it, and then coronavirus is gonna get us.
Gotta knock on wood for that.
You walk into a restaurant, and all nobody can sit down inside so everything's like packed up. Like, all the Starbuckses are empty. You could walk up to the counter and order, and people are wearing gloves and face masks, and you
Who
know,
was it? I think it was the gas station over here at the end of the corner. One of the attendants was wearing a mask. It had to have been like Monday night. And I asked him, I was like, are they telling you to wear the mask or no? He's like, no, I'm choosing to wear the mask and the gloves. I was like, interesting. And then I go to Publix and they're like, the company won't allow us to wear masks and gloves. Yeah. She's like, you shouldn't be. They're telling us that we shouldn't be wearing a mask unless we're sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what regulations.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Because they don't want non-essential people with masks to. And then we run out of masks, which is like, it's crazy how this country is like a couple weeks away from, if we lost production, mass outbreak comes, we lose production of masks, people stop working, and then you hit that spike in the healthcare system where everyone floods in the emergency department. That could be like, it could be real bad. It's not at that point yet, but everyone's worried about
towards it.
But that's why they have the flatten the curve, which is like everybody just
#flatten the curve.
We're all gonna get it, right? So they say 30 to 60% of Americans are gonna get it, and that was like predicted a couple weeks ago.
Right.
It's gone worse than expected in terms of countries that get it, and like they've closed down all travel.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane that you can't get on a plane and travel out of this country.
Or it's also insane that you can spend $60 round trip to Las Vegas right now from Orlando, Florida.
But it's not recommended.
It's not recommended, but you can still go.
You can.
They're gonna physically stop me. I paid for this ticket.
And that's a weird thing, right? Because then that would cause a real panic if they physically like constrained you to your home. Right now, it's all just a recommendation.
Right.
Like,
well, you've seen the videos on Reddit of like, I think there's TikTok videos too of people like getting in pools, going in. They're travelers in a different country and they're getting in pools and being physically pulled out of the pool and like arrested for breaking the rules. Or people are going into
people
like
are getting fined
parks. Yeah, 10
certain countries,
10,000 pounds or something. I think in England for violating the curfew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's way worse in like Eastern countries where they don't give a fuck about your rights or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull you straight out of the house.
Yeah.
I think I saw that for H1N1. Like some chick was trying to raise awareness for it, some reporter, and like 5 police people showed up and she's live streaming this and you see them just like pull her out. Yeah, they don't give her a reason. Like, they're just like, you have to come with us. Like, come right now. And she's no. And 4 people pick her up and carry out screaming. Yeah.
Do you think this is kind of making everyone like the whole politics? Like, I'm watching Trump talk every single day and he's keeping it pretty lighthearted. Like they're like he made the funniest joke during a press conference. He has all the reporters, like everyone's social distancing, so all sitting a couple seats there, have a seat of space in between, and Trump like points out at 2 CNN reporters. He's like, I think we need a social distance. You guys need to give some more space. You need an extra. In fact, why don't you 2 guys just go away, just go outside. And I was laughing, dude. This guy just told them that they need to leave. It was funny. It was light. Everyone was happy. It was good news going around because they're actually on top of. I mean, all the reports I can see is that we're on top of it. We know there's like a 15-day plan that they're on day 6 today of de-escalation, slowing down the spread.
Yeah.
Because they think everyone's going to get it, but again, flatten the curve. Just don't flood in.
Right.
If we're all going to get it, let's get it
sporadically
over the course of the next couple months.
Yeah.
So, and in Florida, luckily we don't have lots of cases.
Yeah, apparently humidity and heat is keeping having a dampening effect on its contagibility.
Contractability?
Contractability?
I think so.
Google it.
Don't rely on us to learn words. You're not going to learn words here. You're
Michael's
be the
favorite joke. Call in. Let us know if that's the right word we use.
You know, they do say that a lot on Tuesdays with Stories.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's great.
Yeah.
I laugh at every time.
The way they say it is funny. Yeah. The way you say it, it's like.
Well, yeah, because they're like making shit up. I mean, they're riffing half the time, and they just like make something up, and then one person will be incredulous about it, and they'll just be like, "I don't know, call in."
I wish I had the riff ability.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't.
I riff every time I get on this fucking show.
I know.
It's clear. Show project.
I don't know what this is.
I use 3 different words to describe it.
I think it's a show.
Yeah.
I think it's a show. I think we're trying to provide entertainment and cater it towards
by showing ourselves
a certain group of people. Like, I think we have an audience out there. We just have to get it to them and find it. So
pass it along. Share
it.
You can't just say the same thing that I say every time. That makes it more lame.
I'm reinforcing. Do you want to say anything else about Contagion?
Yeah, don't eat pork
Or pangolins?
or pangolins. Actually, just stay away from
Did you
any
know what a
black
pangolin
market.
was?
Yeah, I did.
I had no idea what a pangolin was.
It's pretty cool. Very similar to like
It's like an
otter.
anteater.
Yeah.
And
It's a marsupial.
definitely too cute to eat.
A
Chinese?
certain type of people will eat anything. You just said it. I was trying to avoid saying.
It's not PC. It's the facts. It
Chinese-
originated in China. It was Chinese.
will eat anything. They have like
I watched a video on it.
they have like little side street markets that are kind
Wet
of
markets.
wet markets that are unregulated, selling
Oh yeah.
third party food. They're wild. I guess it's
Wild
caught-
animals.
Yeah, wild animals that they're selling that are alive, that are all intermingling down there, and then you get some weird DNA
And they all
shit,
keep
and
them
you
together.
slaughter that shit, and you eat it, and you take it home.
And it's exactly what happened in Contagion. The bat, they think, transfers a virus to a pangolin. People eat pangolin.
That's what they think happened to COVID, right?
Yeah, I'm describing COVID.
Yeah. A bat shat and a pangolin.
Bat shat, pangolin. Chinese eats pangolin, and then the virus morphs, and then they spread it to people, and it just took off. It's crazy that probably that one pangolin, let's say like 5 people ate it. From those 5 people, you've shut down the world economy.
Yeah. That's why
It's
like so many
insane.
people, all the people who are like the Paul Revere's of this whole pandemic stuff, like they're all like, we fucking told you guys like 10 years ago. This
Yeah.
movie, Bill Gates trying to make
It's like
sure that we're
climate
prepped. Yeah.
You know, but
Well, climate change is actually something we can do about, whereas this, we just need to be prepared for it. And if we are as prepared as Vietnam, our economy would not be in the tank right now.
maybe, but you never take stuff seriously until, because I mean, we hear about nuclear war, but that hasn't happened yet. We hear about
We heard about nuclear war
Anthrax.
in the 90s.
but you hear about all these things, and like it's the overreaction and the panicking that actually causes the bad things to happen. And this is like a normal reaction. Like the stock markets are shifting, and we're gonna go into recession.
Right. But if we had
They're doing
listened to
bailouts.
Bill Gates, who's doing the research, who
listens,
has
though.
the money. Yeah, that's what I mean. We should be listening. We should keep our ears more open and not be so incredulous to the
I actually disagree with that.
outliers.
This is like my 1 minute little diverting of thoughts. Is
Oh,
that
we already lost viewers.
no,
We're
nobody
hemorrhaging.
nobody listens to that type of talk. It's just not effective. Like the way to do it is don't even get people to buy in, just make it like that they accidentally fall in. So if I'm like looking at a line and I want everybody to line up here and then go here, I have to make it almost intuitive where they naturally sit down here, they get up, they sit down, they go along the line until it's their turn, as opposed to lining up without any direction. People will just like go with the flow, and that's what we're in with like pandemics. Like everyone's just confused and no one's doing the right thing. Let's make it accidentally the right thing that everyone just accidentally does. That's how climate change is going to be solved.
Yeah,
It's going to be
all humans are idiots and they can't listen to directions.
well, it's just dummy proof. It's like my focus and your focus and everyone's focus on day-to-day stuff is not pandemics, it's not climate change.
Yeah.
But if I could live my life normally that
just
was helping climate
accidentally-
change, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And that is where businesses and entrepreneurship and starting, they change consumers' behaviors. Like the fact that I get my information or my news from my phone and nobody did that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's directed effort down that type of path.
Right.
I don't know what that is for pandemics, but
Yeah.
so you see, is that
Mm-hmm.
so? It's not that nobody listens. Yeah, nobody listens ever,
Yeah. Especially to us.
especially to us.
Ever. Episode 20. Oh, we're not doing
I think
episodes.
I think we're on episode 21 actually.
We're not on numbers anymore.
So I'm conflicted on the numbers because I want these movies to be standalone and like just go with, if you are looking for a movie recommendation, just click on our list and any one of those. I would recommend watching one of those movies and then listen to the episode, watch the episode. But if we're gonna just riff around and talk about whatever, I want those episodes to have numbers on them
Interesting.
and also have an archival. But dude, this is so creative and nobody's watching that we could literally do whatever and just whatever happens to work.
That's been my approach this whole time. Literally do whatever I want.
Yeah. Let's move on from Contagion.
Yeah.
Talk about
Hashtag Contagion now. Hashtag Knives Out.
I didn't like this movie, Knives Out, as much as you.
Yeah. I don't think you have. I think if.
Oh, what do you? Should we wrap up? What do you give Contagion?
5 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Wow. I would give it a 4. It was a good movie. Well paced, well directed, well acted. I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think there's very few chinks in its armor.
I agree.
Yeah.
But Knives Out, I'd probably give a 3.
Yikes.
And you gave it
10.
Yeah. What did you like about that one so much?
I just like the flow of it. How
enjoyed it.
How its atmosphere, the atmosphere that it created, like the what's the word I want here? It's not the ambiance that it created, like in a theater or whatever, but like just the feeling. Yeah, just the vibe of the movie was a little bit like, oh, this is a murder, but we're just gonna kind of take a lackadaisical approach to like how we portray that murder, and like the characters are kind of. It almost feels like old school without being old school, because it has modern like applications, and you see like a little like there's almost like hidden humor in some of the ways that things happen.
It was fun.
I just it was funny,
offhand funny,
and it's a mystery murder. Like that's the combination of all those things done so well.
I liked all that about it too.
Yeah, I like being able to cut back to what happened. You know, when they're thinking back, or when let's see, who does it have? Daniel Craig.
Yep. James Bond.
Yeah, James Bond, Captain America,
Ana de
Armas,
Batman's girlfriend. Or that was a stretch. It's Ben Affleck is dating her now.
What do you mean?
Ben Affleck.
Oh, because
Batman.
New Batman.
Actually, he's not even new Batman. He's now old Batman. It's dude. He was barely Batman.
They're going through. Batman's faster than I go through.
Boyfriends. Vibrators.
What do I go
faster
through fast?
You go through anal beads.
Every time I see you make a joke, I just see our viewer count just go
Someone's
down one.
clicked away.
Just down one. Michael's making jokes. All right, we're out of here. Anyway. That movie had like really good pacing too. Like there was no lull. If it was lull, it was like an important conversation. So I just think it hit on all the right notes. That's why I just loved it so much. I also saw it with my family, so I had a little of that experience. Like over the holidays, I'm home, really chill, really relaxed. Oh, let's go see a movie. See it with my grandparents, my family, and we all had a blast watching it. So. And then I sat down and watched it with you too, because I just really enjoyed it, and it was worth watching again the second time.
Yeah. I wanted Daniel Craig's character to be more, what's the word? Like extravagant or
flamboyant,
like more interesting. He was kind of reserved.
Yeah. Have you ever met a private investigator?
Yeah, I want them to be the opposite of that. I want to be like Sherlock Holmes, like pissing everybody off around him. And
Sherlock Holmes was a private, reserved person.
He's a detective.
But he was reserved.
No.
What?
Sherlock Holmes is like that genius that kind of yells at people, and Watson can't stand him.
Have you ever read Sherlock Holmes before?
Yes.
How many?
Half a dozen short stories.
I've read them all.
Okay.
He's reserved.
I don't think you're telling the truth.
I think I am. He doesn't tell Watson everything. He doesn't even tell the people that he's taking cases from that he's telling everything. I think most investigators, by virtue of the job that they do, makes them more reserved.
Okay, I wanted more characteristic features to stand out from him. Like, for example, I really liked the nurse, Ana de Armas.
I bet you did.
Because she's hot, and that's the only reason. No, I liked her because... she just kind of like everyone sort of talked over her, and that was an interesting part about her character, because she was normal. She wasn't pissed off. She wasn't but she was kind of, she connected with certain people in interesting ways, and then like when she lies, she throws up. That was just funny because I thought she was going to turn out to be, like, we're going into spoiler territory. I thought she was going to turn out to be the murderer, and then you're sort of set up so that it's like, oh, she's not going to be the murderer because she throws up, she lies, like she's so innocent. I thought they were gonna reverse it on us at the end.
Kind of kept you guessing the whole time.
Yes, and I did appreciate that part about it. But her character was interesting for those reasons.
Right.
And Captain America, his character was interesting because he was an asshole. Chris Evans. Steve Rogers, I think, is this.
Jesus.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Google Steve Rogers. Oh, this is Captain America. That's still not the right actor name.
Yeah, and all the other characters were like interesting in their own way.
Yeah.
But Daniel Craig was like the most boring character.
No.
Him or the other
I
investigator.
think there was a deeper level to his character. Like
I didn't see that.
He was, well, yeah, you're not going to see it because you have to.
I was looking for it. I wanted to.
Yeah, you kind of have to infer from it. Like, he comes into this house, doesn't know who's hired him, so he doesn't even know who, like, he's kind of reporting to. He's this famous person who's done these famous, like, mystery solvings and murder solvings and all this stuff. So he has, like, all of the acclaim and renown. Of course you're going to be reserved. Like, how many famous people do you think that are, like, interesting? They're only famous because they did one thing that got them renown or money or a fortune or whatever. And then the way that he does it, like, he's not very forthcoming with it. He doesn't tell his Interpol entourage that his, you know, how he's doing it, what lines he's drawing between the different things. He just knows. He's confident in his abilities, and he figures it out he's listening to fucking music or an opera in the car while he's waiting for for what's her name, Anna, to go find the briefcase, the main piece of evidence in this thing. He's just like listening to music with his glasses on, and all of a sudden an ambulance drives up. He's like, oh shit, like he's just kind of like,
he's kind of a doofus a little bit.
Yeah
That was funny.
He probably, like, it probably wasn't purposeful it probably wasn't like on purpose that he became famous. Like, it just is like an accident, a happy accident that he's from Texas or from the South, and he got assigned these cases, and he just happened to solve them, and they became high profile. But he's really not like a Sherlock Holmes genius.
Dude, it was another movie where all the characters are incompetent except for our main character. Like, everyone sucks at what they do.
Which movie?
This movie, Knives Out. But it's also like Shimmer Lake.
Oh, okay.
So Shimmer Lake was everybody was a flawed character, and so everyone's incompetent. And in this movie, it's like comedically incompetent, including the investigator. And I wanted him to be competent, but looks like he's incompetent, but really he's the kind of secret genius. That'd be very Sherlock Holmes-esque. And I was wanting that, and I didn't get that in this
just
movie.
watch Sherlock Holmes then.
That's sort of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't want it to copy. I like
no, not copy, of course. I'm describing the character type that I was looking for that wasn't there. I felt it was a missed opportunity.
It was a missed opportunity because they didn't want to copy Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
So I appreciate that they didn't copy.
I'll accept it. This is directed by Rian Johnson. Rian. I don't know how to say his name. Rian Johnson?
Rian Johnson. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm just making it up.
He did Looper.
I'm illiterate.
And he did The Last Jedi. That was a train wreck.
Worst Star Wars movie?
Worst. One of the worst.
No, I think 5 is probably the worst.
It's one of the worst movies. Oh, no.
Or 6. 5 or 6 is the worst.
5 or 6.
I was just testing to see if you're actually paying attention to what I'm saying.
I mean,
sometimes
if I'm trying to say something, I don't pay attention to what you're saying.
Just like everyone else.
No, I pay attention to most people and try to see if other people are paying attention to me when I'm speaking.
Usually not.
I do that. Are you saying I don't?
No, I'm saying other people don't pay attention to you when you're speaking.
I would say it happens a normal amount.
People always pay attention when I speak. Because I speak so little that I make it a treat when I say words.
It's definitely a strategy that's good to utilize. Kind of being the quiet person that when you speak up, people listen. Think that's good. It's not how I do it.
No.
A lot of shoot and miss. Yeah. Knives Out though. What else? I liked when they were interviewing each family member, and all their stories happened, and they showed them on screen. And then when the next family member would happen, it showed a totally different story that with the same. And I just love when.
Yeah, it was like a cut. It'd be like interviewing one person, and it'd be like, "Well, this is what I saw happen." It'd be like, "What happened at the party from their perspective?" And then it switches to the other person that they're interviewing, and they'd be like, "Well, at my party, I was in the other room, and da da da." And you see like the same characters, and it's like a totally I that was really fun.
I really like that part.
That was cool
because it shows that the narrators of the movie are unreliable, and that's makes for interesting tension because you don't know who to trust.
Yeah, you just know all the family members are lying, so you're like, "Ooh, I don't know anyone." There's no like I feel like some mysteries and thrillers and stuff like that, there are clues in the movie that you can be like, "Oh, yes. I saw that and I can draw this conclusion." And I'm 20 minutes in the movie, and I think I solved it already.
Yeah,
and I'll catch myself.
A movie
sometimes.
like that was 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Have you seen that with Will Smith?
Yeah.
And it was like, I was sitting with someone, and she figured out the movie all the way through, like 15 minutes in, and like said it aloud to the group, and we were all like, okay, maybe that's a good idea. And it happened. We're all like, you got it.
Yeah, like some movies give it away too much, whereas this one was like, no, these are all lying, bumbling idiots who are greedy kids.
They were so self-centered.
Yeah. I thought Chris Evans was going to be a good guy, and then turns out he's the worst one.
He went from bad to good.
Captain America. I thought Captain America was going to be a good guy because he plays good guys normally. Like, how do you not play?
I love that. Yeah.
Maybe they chose him specifically for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, listen, everybody knows.
They chose Ana de Armas because she's a little foreign girl too.
Dude, she's
a Mexican.
She was from Venezuela, Uruguay, Brazil, and then they had some other. It was like Chile.
They said
all that. Yeah, that was part of the throwaway comments. The Brazilian nurse, she's totally none of those.
Oh, the family members. Yeah, just not paying attention to what nationality.
The rich
she
family
is.
members got. Her
I thought she
nationality
actually was like 4-way mixed parents of double countries, making her a quarter of each.
No.
Holy shit!
No. She played a great role of just.
I think all the family members did their role very well.
Yes, I did enjoy that casting.
Yeah.
How difficult do you think a casting? Is it casting director?
Mm-hmm.
The most famous casting director I think I know of is Allison Jones.
Okay.
You know who? I presume it's she. She does all the like. It's Hollywood.
You gotta be careful.
There's lots of.
Are you with she?
No.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
That's kind of a personal question. That's why I hesitated.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It was a little aggressive.
Don't want to share too much information on the interwebs.
I forgive you, though.
Oh. Good.
No problem.
You're welcome.
We can move on from this.
Can we?
Just don't do it again.
I probably will. So I'm not even going to say sorry. You know, sorry means I apologize and I will not do it again.
Not always.
That's what sorry is supposed to mean.
Not always.
I think so. Say it. Don't say sorry. Then say it. I'll try not to do it again.
I have stopped people when they do something that pisses me off, and I snap at them, and they go sorry, and I go stop, don't apologize, just don't do it again, and that usually gets people. Like they're like ooh, because they know that. But
sorry, I backed in your car, but I'll probably do it again.
Yeah, that was one of our friends at Magic. I had to do that too. I say friends very loosely.
Acquaintances.
Just this fucking guy. But my finishing thought on Allison Jones is that she's the one that works with Adam McKay, who does all the Will Ferrell movies and
garbage.
They're not garbage movies. There's some they're like solid movies. Like the one good movie was the Wall Street movie.
Wolf of Wall Street?
No, not that one.
The only Wall Street movie worth watching.
The 2008 financial crisis.
Margin Call?
No, it was about the 2008. It's got Steve Carell. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Damn it. I think Financial Crisis. I think Margin Call. It's a totally different movie.
No, it's just it's a movie about the 2008 financial breakdown.
Yeah, with Steve Carell
and they explained it really well.
Bottom Line.
I don't know what it is today. I'm just
Cutthroat. Steve Jobs. Damn it.
Whatever. People know what we're talking about. Everyone knows. It's on
Do a
Netflix.
quick Google. Steve Carell.
Are you telling me too?
No.
Okay.
Them.
Everyone knows what we're talking about.
All 0 of them.
That's a great movie too.
Yes, it is.
Really breaks down. You can just watch like a YouTube clip. The movie that we can't think of the name.
Google it first.
Real
and then
helpful.
YouTube.
But they have clips of like.
Do you remember who else that has in it? Give them some extra keyword Google.
Margot Robbie has a scene.
That's Wolf
That's
of
not,
Wall Street.
No, Margot Robbie has a scene in.
Oh, she doesn't say any words, right?
No, she's like in a bathtub and she explains how mortgage-backed securities work.
Oh yeah. And there's also this other movie you guys watched with damn it, dude, names and words today. It's the fucking weekend.
I don't know why we try
Corona!
to like. It's because we want to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And in regular life, it doesn't matter if you can't think of something. It's
Right.
like, whatever.
You can describe
we move on.
it. Yeah.
But now this is like documented, and we want to actually give you guys like a good product. So we,
You do. I do. I like watching, dude. If you ever walk down an alley,
The Big Short.
The Big Short. Never would have got that.
Yeah, but walking down an alley.
Yeah, if you ever walk down an alley and you have a gas canister in your hand, just happens to be filled with gas, and then in your pocket you reach down, you pull out some matches, you light that bitch on fire and throw it in a dumpster. We call that a dumpster fire, and those are my favorite types of shows, dumpster fire shows, and that's what this is, dude.
I don't think this is a dumpster fire.
Yours truly. You make the trash, I make the fire, and we burn. We burn. Speaking of burning, it's burning up in here. It's fucking cold, and now it's hot. Florida.
Dude, we like skipped spring. We went from
It's because you have the candle on, of course.
we went from it was a little bit chilly outside for Florida. Like we had to wear a jacket. Like I couldn't wear flip flops every day.
I was wearing
And then we went straight to
sweatpants.
summer. Yeah, you were wearing sweatpants. That's a big deal in Florida. If you have to wear pants in Florida, it's like, what are we doing here?
Some nights I would be at F&M. I couldn't go outside and smoke. I'd be like, it's not worth it.
It's and we were like complaining. We're like, this is bullshit.
It's supposed to be in paradise.
Everyone's like, I can't walk outside. I can't start my car in the morning. It's too cold.
Well, what was interesting is that I got a lot of perspective because I went to Oregon for Christmas, and I come back and, oh, this is easy.
Never mind.
You guys don't even fucking know what freezing is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is pretty goddamn hot out there.
Do you think people would be interested if we did topics on, like, did a show about a singular show of, like, stuff that is Orlando based?
What do you mean?
Because, I mean, we live in an interesting place. People don't know what Orlando's like.
Yeah, they just want to come here for Disney.
Yeah, but there's more stuff, and people might find it interesting. It's, like, only uniquely what you and me could do. Would that be... I don't know if that'd be interesting. We'll have to test the market on that.
This whole time we've been making spaghetti and throwing it at the wall. So
there's a lot
let's
of-
just keep making more spaghetti and see what sticks.
Increasingly I'm worried that we keep making content, and I have fun doing it, but it does take up like time and hours of our day, and it's like, is this the right way? If I'm going to spend 10 hours a week on trying to make content for a YouTube channel, is us sitting here doing this type of content the best way to do that, or is it less content and then marketing it better? I don't know at this point. I know to keep doing it. You just keep going, but
Yeah, well, the viewers are supposed to fucking tell us. Hey guys, what do you like and what
Yeah.
don't you like? Put a goddamn comment before you turn us off. Go into the YouTube comments
But
and be
if
like,
people
you
don't-
guys are fucking shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Bring back Steven and Joe. Where the fuck is the good, relevant content where I can go to the theaters and watch a movie where I actually know what the fuck is going on? We're talking about movies from like 10 years ago.
That
So
is
I
one
do
thing.
like your idea of like
Yeah.
let's watch movies that come out recently.
Yes.
Give people a chance to go to the theaters, or maybe it's still at Redbox. You can rent it.
Theaters are shut down now. No one's going to the theaters, and it might be for a couple months.
Oh yeah,
We might see a lot of theaters shut down.
Is it all Regal or all AMC?
AMC.
Regal's open then, so you can go to your Regal.
But don't, because you'll get
Make sure you wear a mask.
COVID-19.
I saw a picture today of a woman shopping in a grocery store covered in BDSM. What is it called? Acrylic? No. Fuck, dude.
Latex.
Latex bodysuit with a gas mask on. Shopping in a grocery store, and she like posed for someone. Hey, let me take a picture. This lady was shopping today. I was like,
Good for her.
I need a new hobby. I think.
Yeah, God bless. We need people like that out there.
Make the rest of us look a little bit more crazy. Because
It makes everyone else look normal. Everyone's crazy like that in their own way, but
makes
that's a special type of crazy.
it makes everyone look normal, but deep down, you're all fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Everyone's nuts.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's special, and
You
that
know-
means no one's special.
It's funny, like, when I walk out, I know I'm getting, like, people lump... I do this to everybody. I lump everybody into categories of, like, okay, he's that type of guy, she's that type of girl, whatever. I know people are doing that to me, but I feel like I don't fit in any of those categories. I feel like I'm my own person, but it's totally not. Like, I'm just an NPC in millions of people's lives. You ever think about that? Isn't it just interesting?
I wish I got bonus points for hitting NPCs on the road. Cross jaywalking, walking too close to me, just hit you with the car, 5 points added to my total. Ding, ding, ding. Especially the retards. Actually, you say that you go around walking, putting people into categories. I actually have trained myself not to do that for probably about 10 years now.
I'm observing myself do it. I don't do it
7
intentionally. I try to do, if I'm paying attention, I do that as well, where I don't lump people into categories. That way you treat them like a person individually, of course.
Yep.
But I've also noticing that if I'm focused on something, I don't care about, like, my job requires that I walk into a room full of people that I don't know and I have to interact with the first time, and I've got to present a certain way, and I've got to tell everyone in that room to do something. Information bringing, I'm not telling them what to do. So I have to, like, almost lump them into categories in my brain and just like, oh, resistor, this person's on board, this person's like
Sister.
Yeah, that's what we call, in my brain. That's what I call them. You're resistant to change. You don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be told something. And sometimes you just want to complain.
Yeah.
Fine, but
Yeah. I'm here to listen to your complaints too. Please email me tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'll reply to you in a week.
But anyway, so
Anyway, we've derailed long enough, but I think we're gonna call it here. We've hit 40. I'm just kidding.
no, I'm happy to end this.
45 minutes.
Oh, can I
No.
do my
You have like 10 other
my
movies you
spiel
watched since then.
on the movie industry, though. This is actually a really interesting time. That this may be a pivotal moment in the movie industry. That so airline industries are going to get bailed out, $50 million or $50 billion. Hotel industries.
I can come up with 50 million. I'll bail them all out, and then I can.
You got 50 million. You sleep on it every night. That's easy.
Don't tell anyone, dude. Now they know I live in Orlando. They're gonna come fucking rob me.
Yeah. But I mean, airlines that are necessary that will lose way more jobs than would actually be worth it are going to get a government bailout, and we'll deal with paying taxes later or going into debt to China.
Sounds normal.
That's as we do.
As we do.
And but the movie theater industry is asking, and Hollywood in general is asking for a bailout. And it's like the movie theater chain used to be vertically integrated, where the studios would produce movies and they'd sign actors on for like 5 movies, and you have to, in the next 4 movies, it doesn't matter if they're a commercial success or not, we have you, and you can't do other movies, you can't do TV shows, so the actors, like, you're locked in, you have to do these movies.
Right.
And you have to do under the conditions that we set, and there was no what do they have?
Union.
Yeah, no unions at all, so everything was horrible.
Actors
working
union.
Yeah, there's an actors screenwriters
Yeah, I know
union,
there's a screenwriters union.
and the people that work on the sets and the
Directors union? No, they get too much money. They don't need a union.
I just don't think there's a directors union.
They
There's
get
not a
paid.
need for it. But
You can just walk away.
yeah, you just don't have to direct movies. Yeah, I don't want to. All right.
That's where the real power is.
Yeah.
Let's direct a movie
So yeah, I would like to.
right now.
No, not right now, but I would like to in the future. But they used to be all vertically integrated, and now there was an antitrust law that was established by the government. So the federal government in the 20s and 30s for Hollywood, like, basically broke them up so that if you run a movie production studio, you can't also own the distribution to where that movie goes. It just doesn't work that way. It's not legal. So this affected all the major movie companies except for Disney. Disney wasn't big then. Now Disney's like #1 producer of movies. So movie theaters can choose any film from any studio to show in their theaters, and their attractors to get people in pay for the ticket. Ticket money goes all the way to the Hollywood studios, and then the concession money is what goes to the theaters. When you have people based on a medical, quarantine where they can't go out, movie theaters shut down. That means that this whole get people into the theaters, and people are steadily declining going to theaters in the past couple of years anyway, because streaming services and better TVs for cheaper prices. So
2020.
They were having a tough time in the past couple of years. Now many theaters going to go out of business, so they're looking for a bailout. The problem is the federal government, specifically people that work for Trump, like just more conservative, fiscally minded people, don't want to bail out people, and they actually want to see the movie theaters fail because they're business minded. Consumers aren't buying movie tickets. Hollywood has lots of power over where movies get distributed. For example, Hollywood is the one that sets, and all the studios get together and agree on this. A movie ends in their theater run. They have to have it for like 8 weeks or however many weeks. Once they end it, it's 3 months until those DVDs can be sold, or they could stream it on Netflix or, streaming sites. And Netflix has pushed back on this, going, there's a demand for, as soon as the latest movie drops out of theaters, people want it, and we will pay extra because that's what people want. Well, the only thing stopping that is movie theaters and the other companies, Hollywood studios. If those fail because they're the demand of us consumers, we don't want it, that's actually a good thing, and consumers will start getting what they want. But it's going to throw a big, and this is all predictive. We don't know.
Little speed bump in the megacorp of Hollywood.
Yeah. And just to be clear, I think I already mentioned it, but just that studios do not own theaters. Those were separated. They're not allowed to for the past 60 or 80 years or whatever it was. So, but it's going to affect both of them. But maybe both of them should be affected. Like, screw you guys. Let the consumers watch whatever movie they want, and they'll pay for it or whatever.
Yeah, it's funny because we always think that movie prices are always so expensive, and like, oh, look how much money we have to spend on concessions and all this stuff. But the theaters aren't making that much money. Like,
no,
it's never you walk into a theater and it's like, oh my God, check this place out. It's fucking amazing in here. Yeah. Unless you're going to a place that has like reclining seats and a bar and a full restaurant you can eat inside. Like, those ones tend to be nice just because that's where the consumer side of things have gone. If I'm going to go to a movie, I'm going to make it a goddamn good experience.
Yes.
Whereas you go to the AMC over here and it's kind of like, this building's 10 years old, and
you can wait. If you just sit on it, and there's a million things to do. I could just wait 3 months. This will pop up on Netflix anyway. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be.
You go to theaters now and you got people on their fucking phone or screaming or yelling, "This is Sparta," as you're watching it, or shout out to them 2 episodes ago. There's a little timestamp that showed up on your screen. Please click it and go watch our old video.
No, there isn't. There is not, unless we paid
some... my YouTube network, I didn't see the pop-up!
Unless there's some intern, the support intern 5 years from now that we paid to go back and watch all these videos. I want you to subtitle
by definition,
it.
I guess, yeah, some interns get paid. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Intern getting paid? What?
Yeah.
You get paid?
Yeah. I hope this is a good episode.
Solid. Give a solid 8 out of 10.
It's too bad no one's gonna watch. I did lots of research and I wanted to talk about it for the episode, and now
you can't derail fast enough. All right, we can hit pause. We'll stop this video. Record 21.
No, that was. I think this is episode 21, by the way.
Oh,
but
well, that's what I mean. Hit stop. And
then
then
we'll record the
jump
next one?
right into the next video.
No.
Anal?
Okay, quick ones. Hellboy. What do you give?
Hellboy gets a 2 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
3 out of 10.
It is a 2 out of 5 movie, but I liked it. Maybe a 3 out of 5.
It's a trend these days.
Just telling you what I like. I liked the
We
action
said a couple
scenes.
episodes that we shouldn't put a number and a rating on it because then that detracts from what we're actually talking about the movie. So
I gave a whole thing on why I don't think so. I mean, it's not like we're not like we're writing this down. We're just trying to give someone a benchmark they can think in their head. Oh, it was a 3 out of 5, or maybe I should go see it, maybe not. And there's gonna be people that are split. They like your take on movies. It's gonna be no one. I'm being nice, but it's gonna be me that they're like, oh well, Michael rates it this way, and he's the brains behind this operation.
Anyway.
Not gonna respond
What
because
else
you know
I
it's
watched?
true.
I watched Endgame, Hellboy.
Oh, Jojo Rabbit. I would give. Did I already say what I was gonna give it? I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5, and I would recommend it to you. And I liked it. It was a cute movie.
Okay.
Very cute. You know what it's about? The general premise?
No.
Do you want to know anything about it?
I watched another movie.
No. All right.
I watched another movie. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't worth talking about, obviously. I don't think it was very good.
Okay.
Oh, 2012.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Another apocalyptic movie. The world is ending.
John Cusack.
Except this one comes through volcanoes and Earth shifting theory.
It was a legitimate concern when I was in high school that I was like, what the hell is going to happen
In 2012.
in 2012?
December 21st, 2012.
Yeah.
12. Holy shit.
And then that day comes. I actually forgot about it on the day it happened until like 9 p.m. I was like, oh, wait! Nothing happened. All right.
It's actually my mom's birthday is on 12.
Really? 12/12?
12. No. Yeah. 12.
All right.
I won't say the
Facebook
year.
stalker.
I won't say. I didn't say the year. I didn't.
1912?
I didn't say her. Damn. Hey mom, you're 112 today.
Well, Corey's actually 70.
I hope I look like this when I'm 70.
You won't.
No.
Yeah, you're a smoker.
And I didn't wear sunscreen as a lifeguard, so I'm
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
I get all kinds of cancer.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Didn't wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm all out of things to say.
me too. But I'm single, so hit me up in the DMs.
You don't want anyone watching this.
Don't fucking say that.
If there's anyone attractive watching this,
Rethink your life,
rethink your life. Well,
and then
I'm
date
gonna
me.
say it like unattractive people watch us. It's really just a bunch of dudes. Like it's probably just dudes like you and me.
You did say that. You don't want to, but you did.
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even mean what I'm saying. Now I feel bad for
You
saying
have to
that.
apologize.
I feel like I'm
Apologize to all of our ugly viewers.
sorry, ugly people out there watching. Oh, jeez. That went off
You're
the rails.
all ugly.
We used to want to call this off the rails, but I think
It was-
too small to fail.
Too small to
I think that's. Wow.
This is the Kuhlman and Corey show. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Anal.